Hi guys, it's me Karen and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to do part 2 of the last page I'm doing in the ink house. And this is it, my last page. I'm going to do the little bits of tree down here, and it's really hard to get in with the stuff, so I'm just going to take some more ink, slap it down on a pad here, and use a water brush and just paint them in. So just make it a little easier for me and get some color on them. So kind of do it dark where you want it dark, and then just bring the color down and it'll run off the page in a lighter color. So that works for me. And then they all get some color on them. Just like that. Find the dark spot and then bring it all down. Just thought I'd make it a little simpler for myself. Just because my eyes were going a little buggy last night. Trying to figure it out. Now I thought I'd show you how it was done. It's okay if you go off the paper. We can have a little bit of a dirty floor. Remember, everybody is leaving the house. And they're not really cleaning up after themselves. They're animals, so. The horses went trolloping through here too, so. See, it's going to be really hard for me to see here. It's little tiny lines. There we go. And some guys out here somewhere. There. And if you want to darken anything up, just bring some of that in and darken it in some areas. Might as well use it all up, huh? Remember that the ink will dry lighter than what you're putting down. You can put a different color in here if you wanted to. I'm going to leave it kind of a soft look here. And that's it for that. I think I got everybody up on the top. Move that out of the way. Okay, we got to do the stairs here. Let's see. Trying to find a pencil here. That is the right one. Dark sepia. This is still a little damp, so I want to be careful. But on the staircase, we're going to darken up the risers here, because they're more in the shadow than the tread. So we're just going to darken them up. This is dark sepia. And kind of run that off the page. Okay. Then our tread going to come out. What color is this? Van Dyke brown. We want it dark on this side in the little corner there, and lighter coming out. There is no corner there. a tiny bit of a corner here. And then we're going to darken the wall coming up. And I think there's a little spot over here somewhere. I'm not quite sure what that is, but we're going to darken that. Okay. So that makes it kind of look like it's in the wall. I'm going to sharpen the color. And we're going to go into this area here, where it's dug into the wood, and darken that up. This side's going to be a little darker than the other side because it's around the corner. And then this side back here can be a little darker. Do the same thing up here. Darken this side of the wood. Darken the bottom here. And darken this side. Okay. And darken this riser a little more. Going to take this panel of the wood and darken it down here and just lighten it on the way up. In this wood panel, same thing, darken on the inside. In the corners. And where it goes up. This here is the railing. I'm going to darken the bottom. Okay, this is the chair rail. I'm going to darken underneath that. Give this little guy a depth of color there, and we're going to darken it coming up this wall. And then just lightly bring that down. Darken up the bottom of this place and on this side only. Just at the bottom. Going up a little bit. Do the same thing to the opposite wall. We're going to darken this side and come up a little bit. Separate those two walls. Okay. And before I get too far, the background here, he is outside. It needs to have a little bit of a soft blue sky in it. So I'm just going to bring in a light cobalt turquoise. And we're just going to color in, maybe I should get you down a little closer, huh? Color in a little blue sky up here. Not going to do much to it, we're just going to leave it soft blue. I did give him his little red armband that was not in here. I went and looked at the beginning picture at the house. Front page of the book, not front page, it's like the fourth page in, but it's the one where Freddie is walking into the house. And he does have a little armband along with his sash. So I put it on. Okay, so blue sky. Can make it a little darker at the top. I'll throw in another color. What color should I throw in? Another turquoisey color. Oh, that might be too. Let's try this one. Light phthalo blue. And just add a little depth into that light. Just on the top. Be a tiny bit of the Hilo turquoise just at the tip, up here around the opening. Go back in with our original light cobalt turquoise, blend it. Okay, now our light is coming in through this door, but it's not a very big light, so it's not going to hit in this area here. So these should have, especially right in the opening, be lighter than the outer spots. So I'm going to throw some cream in here. And against this wall. Not too high up though. We're actually going to put some of this on the floor. Right about to here. Try to stay off the black part of the floor. I'll just erase it out of there. Okay, so our light's going to be coming in, so anything over here we can get a little bit of a lightness on, and it's going to be coming in over here. There's not much to lighten on this side of the page because we have this big old tree, but we make sure this is light in this area. Do our little chair railings, our steps, and get that cream all the way over here. Okay. Throw it in here too. Okay, that's our light source. I'm going to get the color off this eraser, and then in the black I'm just going to erase the cream out. We'll have to go over that with some black, I think, or we can leave it kind of a light color because the sun is hitting it and it would be lighter than these ones back here. So we can run the eraser over it a little bit. Lighten them up a bit. Okay. Up here is going to be dark because it's forward from the doorway opening, so we're going to have to darken this one up here. This is going to take a little time here. Don't know what that's doing there, so I'm going to turn the book. Where are we? There we go. We're going to take whatever color this is, brown ochre. We're going to darken this area up here. Darken that little arch a tiny bit. Just a little bit over here. This area is going to be darker still. And then of course this area up here is going to be the darkest. I'm going to use the sepia, but I'm going to put this color down first, so I have a base. Also, if I didn't catch any color on those little branches, this color is better than the sepia going over them. And it'll help blend in anything that's already been put down here with ink. This area up here will be darker still. It's under a ledge, so we're going to darken that up a little bit more. All of this up here is woodwork too, so fun for me. Okay. On the side here, we're going to bring that down a little. Light's coming in this angle, so we can bring this wood color down to meet that yellower color. This corner up here is going to be dark. And there's a corner here. There'll be a corner over here, you just can't see it because of the tree. So that can be darker. Okay, I'll bring in the dark sepia and darken this up still. So this corner is going to be our dark corner. I'm going to have to turn the book again, sorry. Up here. Change the direction of your pencil so you can get right up next to that tree. And up to the wall here. Okay, want to make sure we get right in this corner really dark. All right, we're going to bring in walnut brown and go over the sepia. and warm that color up a little bit, but still keeping it dark. Then we'll bring in what did I just color that with? I thought it was walnut brown. That was burnt ochre, by the way. So sorry. Raw umber coming in. Okay, we're going to bring in the walnut brown that I intended to bring in earlier. We're going to darken this area around the tree. Give it a shadow here. Same here. There's a little tree here we have to put some color on. Okay, and then we're going to bring in our first color that we started off with, which was the brown ochre. And blend all that together. And I'm sorry, I have to keep moving the book. We're going to take some of this color up this chair rail here. Just put some shadow lines in here. Very gentle. Okay. We're going to take our cream color. And bring that in over everything. And there we go on the door frame. I may bring in a little black here and still darken up these shadows around the tree. A little more walnut brown in there. Just grab the right one. I have to turn it. It's got lines in it and I want to keep the lines going in the right direction. Okay. Still bugging me. Something about it's not quite right. So dark sepia. Then we'll take our eraser, and on these little branches that I kind of went over a little much, we can bring those out a little bit. Like that. When did I pick up the walnut brown? Rid of any of the erase marks that you used, and then use a nice light color in those. Brown ochre. Just so that they don't look like they were just erased. There. Okay. Scattered straw is going to come back in, so I'm going to raise this up a little bit. We're going to be doing the roof. The book is going to be turned upside down. Scattered straw distress ink. Going to ink up one portion of the pad here. Now the roof starts about here. We have wood that comes up this direction, wood that comes up this direction. All this woodwork in here. The main part of the roof is going to be the scattered straw color. So we're just going to run over that. And add in some color. Gonna do it the darkest down here. That we can go over the tree because it's already got that color in it. And this will also pick up any colors that, you know, any lines we missed from coloring it. Okay, these side panels here are also going to have a little of that scattered straw color in them. So we're going to put that in. We have another ceiling over here that we have to put the same color down on. And there's a wall here, so we can put the color on the wall. Down here is another wall that we are going to just add some color to. And then over here we have a door or window or something. Looks to be a window. We're going to take this time to put a little of this scattered straw coming in and just going down. Putting your pressure on this point here and then lightly bringing it up as you go outward, following your little diamond shape pattern. Do it dark here and go out. So get a little color on the floor. Okay. May want it just a little darker here, so we're going to take a tiny bit of the gathered twigs and just put a little darkness on those areas. Just a bit darker. Okay, and right up here. All right. Since we're up here, we might as well color up here, right? So we'll get out my little trusty brown ochre that I like. And we're going to start on the woodwork here. One, I'm going to map out where the woodwork is because it's kind of an interesting pattern. And just follow it all the way around and give it a base color. These just kind of float off the page, so you can just let them go. Okay, do the same thing on the other side. So you're using the same color. Knowing me, I'd forget what color I started with and do this all differently. Tiny bit of molding over there. Okay, I'm going to bring a little of this color in here too. That's all woodwork also. Okay. That looks good so far. I mean, we're upside down, but I know where it is, right? Okay, now we just have to figure out where our shadows are going to be. So we'll bring in the Van Dyke brown. And we're going to put some shadows in on this side first. There's a line on the where it's raised. That's where I'm going to put the darker color. Then we'll shadow the wood later. So I'm just going to go around, and where the raised portion of the wood is where I'm going to put the darker color. It's the one with a couple of lines on it. If you're good, you can follow it all the way through. Okay, even that looks good as is. We have to do that on this side too. Okay, then we shade from here. So we're going to go in with another color. Let's see. I'm going to go in with the burnt umber. Yeah, and I'm so sorry. But I need to see what I'm doing, and I don't want to look all the way up the book, so I'm going to do it this way. So we got the darkness in here, and we're just going to go in and figure out the places where we would have shadows. I'm just making sure that all those lines are filled in. Okay. So there would be a shadow under this tree branch. So we're going to bring a little darkness under there. Under this one. Bring that out. Blend it out onto our little areas. This one. And then bring it out to this wood here. So anywhere there's a tree branch, to darken that piece up. I'm just using a light touch. I do a darker touch or a heavier pressure when I go under here to make sure that that one is colored in. But then that we're just using a very light touch around here. Some of this is already shadowed by the inking we did, which is a happy little accident. I kind of knew it was going to do that, but make sure this shadow line is the darker of the two. Just go over that if I didn't get it dark enough with the other color. And then just blend that down. And another thing that this branch is going to be shadowing, it's also shadowing the ceiling, so you can go right over that part too. So you don't have to come back and do it over again. just keep working up. Now we'll have some areas here that don't have a tree that you might want to put a shadow in just because it's a corner area or you just think it might look good. Do it. Have fun with it. Put it wherever you like. Same on the other side. Guess I could do that while I'm off camera. Do one side at a time. Okay, I'll turn the book around again. We'll start working on these areas here. It's going to take a while. The brown ochre in here. We're going to put the color in between these two. So we get some of that out here too, into the wall. All right, next color. Gonna go in with the Van Dyke brown. And darken some of that up. This is like a molding. So you kind of want to leave a light area in between the two. Go up the line. And we'll give it a little bit of texture there. Try to keep the point on that line. Okay. a little raw umber. Okay, then we're going to take in the cream right on the edge there. And off the page. Right on the edge in here. I'm going to put a little in here. All right. Pencils. The brown ochre. I've got to get the, what did I use? No, but this will work. Burnt ochre here. We're going to darken that line up and make sure we stay on the line this time. We lightly go up this one, trace over it basically. Bring in the brown ochre, trace over that line again. Gonna run it up there and blend it right out. Then right on this side of this line, we're going to do the same thing. Going to darken that line up. Darken that corner up there. Pull in a little bit of the raw umber. I'm going to put a piece of paper under that. I'm going to throw in a little bit of the burnt umber. Then I'm going to grab some of the sepia, if I can find it. Dark sepia here. This is the top of the house, and we want to make sure that that looks as though it's at the top of the house and dark. The roof is dark. Okay. So that's how that's going to go. We'll pull a little of that sepia in here too, and just darken those lines up a little. Make them a little bigger at the top. Bring just a little bit more of that brown up here so it's not so yellow. This is the raw umber. We want that yellow highlight, but we don't want it too bright. And we want it darker down here. So just a little bit of that sepia around the top of this. And I think that kind of looks like it's concaved a little bit. Okay, we're going to do the same on the other side. On all of these. Just make sure we're all blended. Okay, we're going to work on this little top piece here. We're going to bring this shadow across. Bring it down this way. This part is going to be a little darker because it's not really seen by light. Can separate our little rings here. Okay, we're going to bring in, oh boy, I don't have all the colors out, do I? What are you? You're a cool looking color, yellow ochre. I'm going to bring some of that in here. Then we'll pull in some brown ochre. And a tiny bit of the Van Dyck brown. Tiny bit more of the brown ochre over here. Yellow ochre. We're going to leave light here because this is either a door frame or a window, and the light will be coming in this way. Take a little of that yellow ochre up the side of this pillar, very lightly. And just add that in. I'm going to take it up side of the wall here. Put that piece of paper back in here. we're just going to shadow these in. I'm shadowing it with the side of the pencil. One, it covers a greater area, but two, it forces me not to push down too hard and be able to layer some more colors on here. Just have to be careful when you get to the edges, not to bring it out onto the other paper, this area here. A little cream. Okay, book is cut under the pencil case. I'm going to take up a little bit more of the raw umber up here. In fact, I think maybe I will just bring in a little bit of the gathered twigs and darken this corner up. Throw in a little bit of, got blotchy because I didn't have pencil down there, but that's okay, we will work that out. A little bit of the scattered straw up there too. Okay. Yeah, I bet you're wondering how I'm going to fix that. One, I'm going to let it dry. And it's splotchy, and that's okay. We are in an old cruddy house. Remember that. My itty bitty stamp works wonders on that kind of stuff, where we'll put down little speckles in here, and that will help clear that up. I should have put more pencil down on it, but that's okay. See, I don't let it bother me. We're just going to add a little more shadow right down in here and right under this little guy here. We want some color on here, so we're going to bring down some of that yellow ochre. Read the pencil. And then some cream. Okay. If you want to know how this is going to look, I think we're almost dry up there. We'll take some in the we just add in those little speckles. We're going to put speckles down in here. So it'll clean it right up. Thought I'd show you that. Okay. We're also going to put it over here on the walls and everything, so it'll be nice and cohesive looking. I'm wondering what else we can do. Isn't going to take up too much time. It's going to get out. Oh, not that one. Another ink pad. tea dye. I think that's the one I want. Yeah. And we're going to add some of that in. This wood over here. You can see that, right? Okay. This color isn't in the trees, so it'll add a nice unexpected color in here. And we're going to put it on the staircase, dark areas, and pull it out. Up in here too. Okay, we'll end up putting this all over up here. But for now, that is enough of that playing. I like to play with ink. We're going to take a little burnt sienna and just put some lines in where the wood would have some grain. Add a little extra color over here. I think I could put a little of that in here. Okay, well, I think that's going to be it for today, and I will see you in part 3. I'm going to go ahead and finish off this arch here. There is an arch here, we just don't see it as well, so I don't know if I'll draw one in there or if I'm just going to leave it a wall. I think I'll leave it a wall. It does have a little pillar at the top though. But it's a wall. So it'll be done just like this one in here. I want to do this wood here the same as I did this. So I might do those off camera too. There seems to be a line over here that I'm not sure where it goes unless it's attached to something down here where it didn't go. I may just make that into a branch because it doesn't connect down here. Look at a piece of paper. Let's see, my paper. Should it connect? If I put it there and attach it, it would come down to up here. I don't know if it should come down to here. Nothing else does. So I'm making it a branch. Let's make it a branch right now and be done with it. Give me a pencil. Give me a pen that works in the size I need. Did I not leave these things out on my desk? Okay, where's black? We're just going to pretend that this is a branch. So we're going to pull it up here and make it crookedy. Pull a branch out there. Do that, and we'll pull a branch out on this side, a thinner branch. And attach it there and make it kind of bumpity. Okay, kind of marry it in there. Get a brown. And whatever color this is. Boom, boom. And there we go. Tree branch. You won't know the difference. Other than the fact it's really dark there and shouldn't be, so we can throw in a little white Posca. Take away that line. And then I'll color over it in the cream. Just let that dry. Okay, like I said, that'll be it for me today. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments section below, or if you just want to say hi. And I will see you in the next one. I hope you all have a wonderful day. Take care, everyone. Bye now.